do-rag on tonight. Nighttime. So usually I do this during the day, but because I've been quarantined the whole day, I had a lot of stuff going on. It's the reason why I couldn't do daytime. I wanted to make up for my last video because my last video I was having some suicidal thoughts on my last video. My apologies for that disturbance of that video, but I was really going through a rough time, and I just feel like I needed to release my thoughts through camera because I couldn't keep it bottled in my head, due to the mental reasons. That's why I say take mental health serious, because you never know what somebody's going through. Make sure you check on them if you have friends or family, anything. I just want to let you guys know I am fine. I'm glad that I'm able to make this video in order for me to confirm about the last video you saw. I'm just letting you know I'm all good. And I'm just glad I'm able to make this video. So again, I want to talk to you guys about forgiveness. So here's my thing about forgiveness. My mom and my auntie have taught me, and my dad too, have taught me to forgive those, even though deep inside you got a lot bottled in, and you should always pray for those people that have hurt you, right? You should forgive those no matter what. But however, as a young person, when you're young, it's very, very hard to forgive because you don't forget. And you hear the motto that says, I don't forget and I don't forgive. Well, I'm the opposite. I'll forgive you depending on what it is that I could forget, that what I can't and what I can forgive, what I can and what I can't forget. It depends on the situation. Like if you hurt my family physically or sexually or anything like that, then no, it's gonna be very hard for me to forgive you because of what you did to one of my family members that I'm close to. That's like if my sister got raped by my mom's ex-boyfriends, then no, forgiveness will not be a must for you because I want you in jail. I either want you in jail or I want you dead. And I know it's very harsh. And again, I'm not expecting everybody to understand. And you're probably gonna turn away from this video because of it. But that's how I am as a young person. I'm pretty sure when you were young, you had those thoughts where it's like, if anybody have hurt me or hurt people I'm close to, they either gotta go to jail or they gotta die. And if you don't, then we have to let God handle you. And most of the times we want God to get rid of these people. But we can never judge God's plan, right? So the best thing and responsible thing to do is to forgive those that hurt you, right? Or hurt anyone else. Me personally, it all depends. Maybe you can relate, I don't know. But I know with me, it depends. Like I can forgive you, but I can't forget all the things you did to me, so we have to be distant. I can't talk to you like that because it bugs me, but it depends. It depends how long I've been away from you, and it depends on what you did to me back in the day. That's like if somebody like sexually harassed you in school or at church, or that's the worst place to do it, at church, but at home or whatever. It's very hard for you to forgive that person because it's like, dude, you should have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? And back then, we didn't have no photographic proof. We didn't have video graphics. We didn't have social media, so we couldn't address these things. But it is good that we have social media because we can address these things. And what I'm doing right now, addressing all these things, trust me, it was very difficult for me to even bottle this stuff in, because it's really good if you do address this stuff, especially when you're trying to release all the pain that you're building up in your body. Because I go to therapy. I have to go because if I don't go, I'll go crazy, right? Like that video y'all saw last night. I mean, not last night, but last time. Like, that video was a suicidal note for me. And I wanted to let people know that I'm okay, I'm doing all right. I talked to my therapist yesterday. I'm good, I'm fine. But guys, understand that you have to go to therapy. If you don't want to go, then maybe it's just something holding you back. But I know when I go to therapy, I feel better. I love talking to my counselor. I love how she listens to me. I love how, when I communicate with her, she don't make me feel less of a person. I love when she asks me questions. Like, guys, you have to take care of your mental health, and you have to invest it. You have to take care of it. Otherwise, something's going to go down. And guys, I just want to say up front that that forgiveness, it all depends on you. I know God wants us to forgive, but if we're not there yet, we're not there yet. But we can pray that we get there. You know what I'm saying? Like me, like I said, it just all depends. It's 50-50. Like, I can forgive you, but it all depends on the things that, to where I can forget about the things you did. But it depends. It just all depends. You say you don't forget, you don't forgive. Well, me personally, I could forgive, but if there's something I can't forget, I'm not expecting myself to forgive. But however, it takes time. So if it takes time, time will come. I can't. You see, one thing that my parents will always do is force me to forgive, but I can't. But it all depends on the person. If that person have really done some horrible things to me, forgiveness is. It's a shame where we have to wait till somebody actually do something in order for us to explain it to the people that don't want to believe us. When I think about it now, it's kind of like, I know so many people that have did me wrong to where I don't know if I can forgive them. But that doesn't mean I hold a grudge. I remember one time I was in Louisiana. I was in see, I hate to have this mask on because I want you guys to see my expression, but unfortunately I gotta keep it on due to my teeth. But I'll explain that in the next video. But guys, it's very difficult because I remember one time I was in Louisiana. I don't know if I was 12 or 13. I went down there to spend time with my grandpa and my step grandmother, and when I was down there, man, I was scared. I felt trapped, and I didn't know I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't call the police, but I couldn't, I couldn't even get my dad, or my mom to come get me, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I was hurt with everything that went down, you know what I'm saying? Because, there was a lot of abuse that went down there, you know what I'm saying? So, there's this guy, I don't know if I should say his name, but he's my so-called cousin. He's not really my cousin, but my dad liked to call him that. He used to he was like the bully in the house, he used to pummel me, used to shake me, used to wrestle with me when I didn't even want to wrestle. I remember one time I was in the truck waiting for my grandpa to come out of the store, and he was just beating me the whole time while I was in the truck, and like he was just like throwing punches at me, punching my arm, my shoulder, like just like punching me right here, just hitting me nothing but nothing but punches, you know what I'm saying, and I couldn't tell if he was playing or whatnot because he was punching me so aggressively. I was just like begging him to stop, you know what I mean, because he just kept doing it. And I was trying not to cry because, I am an emotional person. Like, he just kept punching me. And I couldn't tell my grandpa because, he didn't want to hear that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the time where I did went to him and told him, like, look, I'm getting beat from him and he won't stop. And he, taking my video games and eating my food and, used to horseplay a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did a lot of crazy things down there that I can't even tell you what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that he did down there that I have tried to warn my grandparents about, but every time I tell them, they'll pull out the belt and whoop me instead of just whooping him. You know what I'm saying? And they did whoop him, but not as bad as they whooped me. Because when they whooped me, I didn't, I feel like they got the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy you want to whoop, not me. I didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? But, and they think what they did was discipline, but in reality, it seemed to me like they were counting favorites. Even though they were whooping him, how big he was, the whooping to him wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when I got whooped, I cried. And there was times I wanted to grab the phone and just call my mom and tell her to please come get me. I'm not safe here. I'm not safe. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not safe. And I don't know, man. It sucks because I did tell my mom when I came back. But she kind of looked at it like it was a joke. And then when she put me on the phone with my step grandma, she tried to tell. The last words I could remember from her is when she said that we didn't whoop you because we just feel like doing it. We whooped you because you were bad. And that's all I could remember. And then when I look at that, I'm like, when I think back at that, I'm like, well, I would disagree. I would disagree. Like, you whooped me. Don't get me wrong. There was times where I didn't listen to you, but the things you were doing to me, like, you were really hurting me. Like, you hurt me so bad to where I didn't even want to look at you the same. And all the times you did that to me, I like, trust me, I whoop it like whoopings to me, like I got whoopings from my parents. I never looked at it as abuse. But when they did it, it was abuse because I look back at the things I've done and I'm just like, do you really feel like this is discipline when it's like the things that so-and-so did to me, he was really hurting me and you guys just completely ignored it. I remember one time I was in church and I was just trying to, I don't know, I must have did something in the church and I was just trying to figure it out, and then like I don't know what I can't tell you what I did, but I just know when I did, only thing I remember that day was that so-and-so got up, he was in the same class with me, he grabbed my shoulders like this. And he was just like telling me, you better knock it off or I'll beat you after this. And I shook up. And people in the classroom were laughing at me because they were making fun of me because they looked like I was about to cry. So he was about to do it again. So next time he was about to do it again. And I ran away. I got on my chair and I run. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get away from him because I knew he was going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I could remember. So it's kind of like, man, Louisiana was hell. Because besides, of course, some people might not take it serious because it's like, you look at my arms and my legs and you're thinking it's mosquito bites. And some of it was, but some of it was swelling because of the beating that I was getting from him. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that on my body that wasn't really scarred up because it healed over time, but trust me, man, like, I was getting whooped, man. I mean, like, but the whoopings are not, but just letting you know, whoopings are not abuse. They're not. It's discipline for sure, but people look at it as discipline. But I'm just letting you know that whoopings are not abuse, man. I don't care what anybody says. It's not abuse. If a parent whoop you and you did something wrong, you have to get whooped because it's discipline. But unfortunately, a lot of people in this generation don't see it that way. But I'm just saying, when I was like, when my parents whooped me, it's discipline. When my grandparents did it, it just wasn't because they were doing it for the wrong reasons. They were doing it because they they assumed that I was disrespectful, so they whooped me. They assumed that I was a tattletale. Well, I mean, sometimes, like I said, like when I was trying to tell them about so and so, they claimed to be my cousin. They just whooped me because I was snitching, and it was just like, I'm not snitching. I'm addressing the situation. But they think that all the time, like, they just want me. They keep saying, "Go play, go play." I'm like, I'm not playing with him. He keeps beating me. You know what I'm saying? He won't stop. So I'm just like, dang, man, what am I supposed to do? But back then, I couldn't call my parents. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't know where to go. And then maybe was times where I tried to tell my parents, but every time I tell them, they never book a flight to come get me. You know what I'm saying? Or never had, or I don't know, man, but they never come get me, man, and I just have to sit there. It's sad, man. It really is sad. But that's why, and I stayed there for 2 months of my summertime when I could have been at home playing my video game. But they said they wanted me to go down there to spend time with them, and I just said, you know what, bro, I'm good. But they forced me to go. I went, and I said, I'm never going back again. Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I couldn't even use the bathroom when I was there, man. And I have OCD, so I really couldn't use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And cause I wasn't able to use the bathroom because of so-and-so, because every time I go in the bathroom, he always taking it first. You know what I'm saying? And then every time I try to go to the bathroom, it'll be, he will always be locking the door. You know what I'm saying? So, it was like 6 people in the house. It was him, my grandparents, and it was me and some of his buddies from Texas, because he lives in Texas. So it's kind of like, when I went through all that, it's like the only time I used the bathroom is when I was able to like every time I used the bathroom, I would either go to his friend's house or I would go to like a public bathroom or whatnot. And I don't do public bathrooms, but so I only go to public bathrooms when I have to take a leak. But if I got to take a dump, I'll go to somebody else's house, because the bathroom in my grandparents' house was unavailable, and they wouldn't and I wouldn't be able to use it because of so and so. What did he do? Well, he would just like I said, he would just lock the door. Like every time he used it, I'll be waiting for him to come out, and then every time he come out, the door's locked. And then when I try to tell my grandparents about it, they think I'm tripping, and I'm just like, okay, well, you open it. And then it's, okay, well, you open it. Well, then next thing you know, they pull out the belt. And I'm like, so you gonna whoop me without even touching the doorknob? So it's just like, he would do that on purpose, and I'd just be like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So he would play my video games, and I brought him for a reason so we could play together. But he would bring it just to take it himself. Like, they're his video games, and that's his PlayStation. So I was really getting bullied from him. And like I said, I would say his name, but not on here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying the things he did to me, man. I'm telling you, I don't even want to look back. But these are the things. But when you talk about forgiveness. Like, would I forgive him for all the things I did? I don't know, because I don't hold a grudge against him like that. But I still think, like, I'll tell you this, bro. Like, I never had a conversation about this with my dad. So if I ever tell him about this, I will hope he'll understand. But if he don't understand, then it's like, what you expect me to do? I can't forgive somebody that would do stuff like that, but maybe I can. I just have to see change. If I don't see change, then it's like, even if you say you're sorry, I gotta see change. Because the best apology is change behavior. So, I don't know if he changed. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in years. The last conversation I ever had with him is when Dad put him on the phone back when I was still a minor. So it's like, I don't know if he changed. But all I know is what he did to me, could have determined how I forgive him and how would I see him the next time. Like I said, I don't know. But all I know is if I forgave him, it's probably because it took the hands of God to forgive him. But that doesn't mean I forgot about the things he did. We might not hang out. We probably never will. But the best thing we can do is just move on and, continue to live our lives. And if we ever come to a curve with each other, I just hope that he changed, and just hope that I can forgive him for all the things he did to me when I was a kid. Because he's not my op. You understand? He's not my rival. But however, we still have to think about accountability. The word accountability means something. It means something. So the best thing I can say to you guys is that if you're going to forgive somebody, I always say check their behavior and see if they change. Because forgiveness to me has to be both ways. Where you could forgive somebody, but you can't be around that person. Can't talk to that person, can't hang out with that person, can't do nothing. But you know what I'm saying? But if they say hi to you, what you gonna do? You gonna say hi back, or you just gonna keep on walking? I don't know, man. I wasn't raised to ignore people that say hi to me. So, because my mama always checked me every time I speak. So it's like, every time somebody's in the house, she always telling me to speak to that person. But it's like, what if I don't want to talk to that person? You know what I'm saying? But that's where me and my mom get into it, because it's like, if I know somebody that I don't like, and I don't trust that person, then I shouldn't speak to him no way. But when I'm in her house, that's what she want me to do. And that's why I don't spend time with my mama like that, because, sometimes, it's not worth it. It's not worth a headache. I don't want to say hi to somebody that I'm not comfortable being around. But I understand why she want me to do that, because most people I run into, they don't do that. They just do whatever they want. But I know with my mama, she don't play that. For some reason she really want me to, be kind to people and greet people, and I can do that, but it just all depends. Who the person is, and if I know that person or I don't know that person. If I don't know that person, then I'll say hi. But if it's someone I do know that I don't trust, then I can't speak to that person, because I don't mess with that person. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why forgiveness is hard, man. And that's why, anybody that know about forgiveness, maybe you should teach me something, because I'm still grieving. I'm still going through my process. So if you're still going through your process, I pray for you. And I hope you pray for me too if you're a Christian. I just need time, man, because I'm still young, and I still have feelings, and by the end of the day, man, my feelings should be cherished with love, not hate. So that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. I treat you how you treat me. So if you treat me a certain way, I'm gonna treat you a certain way. That's just how it is. But I know God wants us to love people. I know God wants us to be nice to people. But I just feel like for me, it just all depends, man. It just all depends. So if you know more about forgiveness, maybe you can teach me something. But if you don't know about forgiveness, we're in the same boat. But but me personally, I know what forgiveness is, and we can do a part 2. Matter of fact, we're gonna do a part 2 because part 1 I said a lot. So stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna get back on this topic because I do want to talk more about it. Okay, part 2 coming on the way. All right, cool.